It's me, Steph Tisdell. Absolutely filthy.
We have been on the...
Don't hug me. Don't hug me. No, I'm fucked, man. I am. The heart is in the boob.
Stop squeezing themselves.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Shad and Pete Say the World podcast. It's the podcast version of the live show that everyone already thought was a podcast. My name is Peter James, and joining me as always, my special little guy, my life-size Tamagotchi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And you haven't cleaned the shit in ages.
My little guy, it's Shad Wicker.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, this is irrelevant to the podcast.
If it hasn't played in the pre-roll.
We've all been doing baby talk and it's fucking hard to stop.
Yeah, it really
all I want to do is go, welcome back to another episode of Shad and Pete Say the World, the podcast. It's an amazing podcast and you're faithful listening to it.
And we're so happy to have you here because we said before, if we, you know how they do that, if you're watching from home and or listening, then thank you because we like it.
And if you're wondering who that whittle cutie pie is, that's whittle Steph Tisdell.
It's me, Steph Tisdell.
Oh, this is either
The cutest.
the best. People listening to this are either going to go, "This is the greatest," or "I've turned it off already." Because this is not. This is fucking uncomfortable. Hello, Steph. Thank you very much for coming in.
Sorry, I didn't mean to announce myself earlier.
No, that's
I
great.
just got excited.
You know what? It's funny, like with the baby talk thing. We've spoken about this once before, about the idea of doing Shad and Pete as a kids show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say as babies. And I was
As
like,
babies.
Yeah.
yeah. We just sit on put our knees on our shoes. And that's just us on stage with a little bucket.
Do you know, it's a brilliant idea to do this with kids. Kids are so weird and cool.
Would you say that they say the darndest thing?
They bloody do. That should be a saying.
Well,
Yeah,
'cause
It'd be fun to do this as a kids show, but we remain the same on there.
yeah.
You know, I did a gig once in Adelaide. They do it every year at the Adelaide Festival, and it's called like comedy for. It's for babies anyway, people with babies specifically, and it's not language rated because they're babies and they won't remember.
Oh yeah, true.
And I was literally going, "Fuck you" to a baby, and everyone was crying, laughing, and I was like, "That one's ugly. That one's way cuter." And it was everyone was like, "Oh, the things we can say to babies."
That's amazing. I know in Melbourne they have a thing and it's like comedy club for kids, and there are some for some reason someone at the Melbourne Comedy Festival thought it's a good idea to post these clips of these famous comedians performing to kids. And the Auntie Donna one's great because all of the kids just spend the whole time just pelting popcorn at Mark. That's all they're doing. They're not listening, they don't care, they're just like, "Oh fuck," because they throw popcorn at the kids once and they go, "Fuck, that's actually sick," and then they spend 8 minutes just pelting shit at them. And Melbourne's like, "Get that online." Yeah, that'd be good. Let's fucking put
Hell
that up
yeah.
there, promote the festival.
I thought it'd be great, but unfortunately, Pete is not allowed to work with children.
One slip up.
Oh my god!
Oops.
This is
Fucking hell,
this
no one told me.
This is what my brother said the other. You know when you say the most inappropriate thing? I'm so scared of so many spaces that I'm in being overheard saying inappropriate things.
Well, no one's going to hear you. No one's
There's one listener, and it's me. My brother, we were doing something, and he wanted me to answer a question, and I didn't want to. He could have just done it, and I was like, "Fucking put your hand up." And then somebody else yelled it out, so he missed out on answering it. And he fucking whacked me on my back really hard. And I don't think he meant to hurt me as hard as he hurt me, but I started crying, right? And I was like a bruise on my back, and I was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And so for the rest of the night, he was feeling really guilty about it. We went outside. This is like a big trivia event that's been sold out, right? There are people all around us. And he just goes, "You hit a fucking woman one time." And I was like, "Shut your fucking mouth." And he thought it was the funniest thing, and people are looking at us. And I was like, "Fuck. Oh my God." Like out of context things to say. You know? Actually, not even that out of context.
It's true.
Context. He did fucking hit me.
Yeah, there's context for this. He just hit me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All good.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, I've got a bruise.
But I deserved it.
Yeah.
I was wearing something very hittable, to be fair.
Steph, you are 20 minutes late to this podcast recording.
Yes, I'm very sorry. I feel very embarrassed.
Yeah, why were you so tardy?
Oh, because
And late.
Fuck you. Take that. That's what you get when you come out. You
No.
spare some time in the afternoon for a couple of blokes. They'll let you in and call you a bitch to your face.
I feel so bad. No, I always do this thing where I like plan out my day, which actually that's a lie. I never do that, but I did on this occasion, and I looked it up. And when there's no traffic, the drive is like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, there was traffic, and I was like, oh, but I'm going against traffic, so it's fine. It took me like almost an hour to get here.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Well, now I feel bad.
yeah, and good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My apologies.
yeah, good for you. You. No, I've got nothing. I'm quite
Yeah,
I'm quite
you're too
kind.
nice. You're
Yeah.
too nice for
I'm a
this
bit
format.
kind. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Personally, I'm starting to take your brother's side.
Good.
But that's just on me. Well, I'm very excited to have you here, Steph. You know, you've been away for comedy for so long. This kind of does feel like a big scoop, doesn't it? This really feels like this feels like something.
Yeah.
This feels like
This
holy
isn't anywhere else right now. You can't get your hands on Steph Tisdell. She's an enigma. I was surprised because it felt like we did a gig in basically a monsoon.
yeah.
What was it, a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I haven't seen you gigging for ages. And that was your first one back in how long?
Like 2 and a bit years.
Holy shit. Did not miss a beat.
I did. I
Yeah,
did
did
try.
actually miss a couple of bits.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple of jokes that I went, not even sure I'm doing this. I don't even find it that funny.
Saying
and,
that out loud
you
in
know.
a Spiegel tent that's sold out is pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Did you say that was
Yeah,
wasn't internal?
100%. No, I said that one out there.
That wasn't model.
Yeah.
That was
No,
full,
it's
that
like
was monologue.
I don't even know if this is funny. Like I don't think you guys will laugh, but I'm gonna tell it.
And they're just like, yeah!
Yeah, and they encourage you, and then
Yeah.
you say it, and they don't fucking laugh, and you're like, okay, there was kind of a bit of an inbuilt polite laughter suggested after that.
That's kind of you were supposed to provide that.
Yeah. If
making
I
it
tell
a
you
bit
what's gonna
vulnerable.
suck,
Yeah.
don't let it.
That's like
Yeah.
going to the therapist and being like, it's okay, you can tell me. And then you tell them, they go,
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Or
Fucking hell!
you say to the therapist, "Am I a bad person?" They go, "Yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
yeah.
You're the first person I've ever had that I've hated.
yeah.
I like all my patients and I can see them as people, but you are subhuman with
Yeah.
some of the things that you think. That is fucking feral.
You know what? I know that you came in here with suicidal ideation. Follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just give it a shot, because what could be worse than living us having to live with you?
Yeah, that's
Please.
probably, come on.
Please.
But that was your first gig back. So then, is it the itch? Are you keen to get back in?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm funny anymore. And I laughed at something that happened recently for a long time, and I was like, yeah, I got to put that on stage and see if that's funny. And I reckon that's all that it is. It's like, just have I still got it, Plus, I do think that it's a good skill to just dust off every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's what I'm
So you're not
thinking.
going to be like, I'm going to get on the road again.
Absolutely not. I don't think I want to travel for it. I think I'll be happy to do, I'll probably do stand-up in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or if
cool.
something comes up while I'm already somewhere, if it's paid.
Okay, well, I feel like the Steph Tisdell baby hour.
I did do a show called
full
Baby
baby
Beryl
talk.
recently.
Of course, that's right.
That's right.
I'll just call this one Baby Steph.
Yeah, and it's just you going,
Yeah, yes. I've got a little interactive piece that I'm doing at my next gig.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes, and then I'll reassess after that.
there's so much pressure on every gig.
Yeah.
There is. It really is.
And still
I'm just trying something new. Yeah, of course I'm trying something new, but also with 2.5 years less experience than before. Like,
I love the thought of your little interactive piece. It just says on a palm card, just honk the boob of someone in the front row. You're like,
God,
that's not
I
funny?
should do
What? I've been out of the game for 2.5 years, mate. I don't know what's funny anymore.
that is funny.
Honk. Do you reckon? Because you're one of the most charismatic, loveliest people to see on stage. Do you reckon if you honked the boob of someone in the crowd, you'd get away with it? Because
Can
I
be
reckon you
honest?
would.
I reckon I would.
Yeah, I think
I've
you
gotten
could.
away with some shit that I honestly don't know how I've gotten away with it. I'm like, you should be mad at me right now. I had a really professional meeting the other day, and I just forgot, and I just lit a cigarette, and I was like, on Zoom, just going, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done, fuck, shit, sorry. And they were like, oh, no, it's great. You know what, I'm going to go sit outside. And we just had the best meeting. And I was like, people really do mean it when they say, just show up as your authentic you. Because what are they going to do? Be mad at me? Like,
Yeah.
they wanted to work with me, you know what I mean?
Just me and my next Zoom meeting, putting a tourniquet on my arm, getting the heroin head out.
Yeah.
Steph Tisdell
So
said the best way.
Yeah, I think probably do like 5 shows.
Try it out.
And what's our marketing budget, guys?
Well, you seem really relaxed about the whole thing. I am fucking relaxed about it, actually. There's heroin coursing through my veins. I'm so relaxed.
How the fuck are we going so dark? Is it usually this dark? Or do I...
No, it's not about you.
You're not the first to say that. I go to some weird places.
So there's something
with
dark
people.
about you?
I think so.
Who's been saying that to you, Steph?
That's a sackable
The
offence.
government. Yeah.
I got to tell you this just while we're here, because I've been doing some stand-up comedy around the place. Rumours are
You're a big
true.
dog, I know.
Rumours are true. Whoa.
That was
Sorry.
a big dog bark.
Yeah, if you're thinking that we've mic'd up a pit bull there, that was just me doing that.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Were you doing many like support spots for touring comics? Because I've gotten a bunch recently, and they're really hard.
Yeah,
like
they
I
would
just
be.
I just did some gigs around Southeast Queensland opening for Heath Franklin's Chopper, friend of the show, who we love very much, good
Yeah.
friend. I don't know if I'm a stylistic match for Chopper. I had one of the roughest fucking gigs of my life in Cabalaba 2 Saturdays ago, and I'm still recovering from it.
I've never done warm up or support. I don't think I ever would actually.
Oh,
Just because of that exact thing. They're like, oh, for fuck's sake. They don't want to see
Yeah.
you. It's,
Yeah.
it's an awful. It's like doing any corporate.
Yeah, they
Yuck.
really get so
Yuck. Do you do corporates?
no. Well, a couple times, but never gone well.
Avoid the fuck out of. They're disgusting. I hate them.
I think it's like there's a few things that have to happen. So it's like one is like they have to introduce you, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
That
Because
happened.
like if you have to come out,
That did
that
happen.
happened?
It was beyond fucked from the get-go. Like, do you ever be in a green room and you're like looking in the mirror trying to be like, no, it might, no, it could be, no, this might be all right. No, this you could, you're
Proud of you.
you're battle hardened, man. There's nothing that can get you down.
say it in that voice doesn't make it sound. Just baby voice.
This what happened. This what happened. So I get there, and all the gigs had been starting at 8,
Okay.
but the venue had misunderstood 8 showtime for doors. So they'd ticketed it for 8 o'clock doors, and as a result, we had to go show at 8:30, which is not a huge difference, but it's enough. And they opened the doors, and the first thing that happened from doors opening, a lady found the green room, walked through it, and said, "I've been dared to say something on stage," and bolted on stage. This is half an hour before the show's supposed to start. They're this pissed, and she runs on stage to be like, "Cabalaba!" and then she gets dragged off by security. That's half an hour before it's supposed to start. Then 15 minutes before the gig's supposed to start, multiple groups are going, "Chopper, come out, Chop! Come out, Chopper!
Oh, no.
Hurry up, Chopper!"
Oh,
And I'm like,
no.
when they say Peter James, it is going to be fucking mental.
You
And
know
it was
what?
immediately
if I can be
mental.
if I can be brutally honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
If your name was Peter James, that's fine. But you do also look like a baby that needs a hug. Like, you're so cute and cuddly. And I know that you're a filth pod. And you're
Filth pod.
Filth pod.
Like, your
Filth
your
pod
comedy
Peter.
doesn't match what you look like.
Yeah.
But on a picture lineup, you go, aw, cute.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to walk out before.
You actually just look like the licensee. Like they've gotten in trouble. Like you've walked out and they're like, "Oh fuck, here we go. We're gonna get in trouble with this bloke. Here we go. What do we do now?"
Yeah. Please want your support. Peter James. G'day, guys. Responsible service of alcohol dictates.
Oh, I've had some shockers. I had this one. I got flown there. It was my highest paying gig. I flew down to Sydney. It was so bad. It was an engineering firm's Christmas party on a party boat in the harbour. And
No, sounds ideal.
Yeah.
I'm scared of water, and I get really seasick.
Great.
So I walk on with all of them, and they're very serious people immediately. And then they go, "Oh, the PA system isn't working, so you'll just have to sort of project." And because of that, so everyone was supposed to just be able to listen wherever they were and kind of drown me out. Who cares? They brought everyone into the dining room and put lunch on early when everyone was still trying to get all their drinks at the bar. Everyone's already annoyed at me, right? And somebody said to me, oh, there's one guy who loves a laugh. You can just poke fun at him. And I had built so much material about teasing this one guy. And when I started talking to him, he was like, no. No, thank you. And I was like,
No, thank
okay,
you.
all right, well, guess I'm just going to go on for 40 minutes without crowd interaction. And I
40
spoke
minutes?
40 fucking minutes.
Screaming on the
So long,
boat.
yes,
No
and
microphone.
I didn't get a single laugh, and I could like feel that I was like looking like I was just sad, you know, and like you've lost the light behind your eyes, and you're like, it's good to be here, guys, and you know that it's not. Everyone knows that you're hating it as much as they are. Nobody's looking at me except for the two people who are sitting too close to me to ignore me, and they're like, you're doing great, which is the worst.
Is there
And
a
then-
dull roar of everyone else chatting?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's great.
And then I finished it, and the woman was like, thank you for coming. I'm sorry about and I was like, no, it's fine. She's like, well, feel free to have lunch. And I went,
oh, you're stuck on the boat.
I'm just going to, can I get a water taxi? And so they ordered me a water taxi. The boat had to stop, and everyone's now up at the bar just watching me, fat Steph, trying to like balance my way onto a smaller boat and drive away. And I cried the entire way back.
Oh my
and I was like, I
God.
called my manager and I was like, I'm never fucking doing a Christmas corporate ever again.
That cruise ship sucked. Can we do
And then she told me how much I got paid, and I was like, I will do every single one.
that tomorrow? Yeah.
All right, before we get complaints, because we're like 20 minutes into the podcast, we should
having such a
probably-
lovely time.
Having a great time, but we are here to solve a few problems
do
from
it.
the show. Steph, you know of our live show. Obviously, the audience write down problems, put them in a bucket on stage. Myself, Pete, special guests get very drunk and solve them with a 100% success rate guaranteed, never failed. Only thing is that we don't get to all of the problems, so we've got a few that are left over. This is from our Brisbane show in November. Yes,
I'm
November.
so fucking proud of you, man.
So these are from the leftover problems from that bucket.
Yep, done.
So if you are keen, we would love to get your opinion on some of these
100%.
bad boys. My partner is a clean freak, but I don't mind the mess. In fact, I actually enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. Classic couples relationship issue. My first question to you, Steph, which one are you in that scenario?
Guess.
I don't want to because it'd be mean.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I have been on the
messy.
road with you.
Yeah, absolutely filthy.
We have been on the road together.
Yeah. No, I'm fucked, man. I am filth. Yeah, I've had this problem in like every relationship I've ever had.
Right.
Because I just go, no, it's fine. We'll get to it. It's fine.
What are we talking rubbish level here? What are we like? Are
Okay,
We, are we moving shit with our feet? Is that like...
Oh yeah. No, like in my car, fucking oath.
Yeah, right.
But
Are you wading through a lounge room? You know, you see
No,
those videos and
no,
you just
no,
hear like, like
I
cans and
wish.
shit.
No, not quite there. But
Making snow angels with cans of beans.
But look, do I leave a plate in the living room? Yeah. Will I take it back at night? At least 60% of the time I would.
How long has a plate sat in your lounge room for?
Oh, I reckon 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
Which isn't too bad.
Not long enough to start forming its own little culture.
No
community.
colonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like my room is just a floor drobe. I don't even understand why we bother doing anything else because I haven't unpacked my bag from my trip away last week.
From your last comedy festival tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Just got back from Melbourne, said, fuck that. I'm not.
I had a gig last week. I went to Melbourne on Wednesday, and yeah, I haven't unpacked. So I was like, I'm going again this Saturday, so I may as well just use it
Let
again.
it
That's all
ride.
right.
It's
Let
not
it ride,
dirty.
mate. Yeah, that's good.
But I'm really, really messy, and I have often dated clean people, you know, because obviously it's attract, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also get that, like, I kind of like being messy. It's like And then, but then it gets to a point where I get so overwhelmed, I'll just cry looking at it. And I spend lots of money to get a cleaner in because I don't know how to handle it. You know what my biggest problem with cleaning is? If I can
Just
be
looking at
honest?
a mess and just starting to weep.
Yeah, literally, because I go, where
Is
do
it like
I
a
even
single
fucking
tear
start?
like the old Native American ads?
yes.
That's just sitting in a living room, just a single tear.
And then that tear drops on the floor, and you're like, now it's worse. Now there's more shit.
And people go, Steph, you just literally just take things to the bin as soon as you're done with them. I'm like, who has the time? I got more sitting to do. How dare you? And like, but it's so overwhelming to me, the thought of cleaning, because I was saying, like my dad said, you really got to clean up, Steph. I have my little outdoor table where I do all of my work at and my painting and also my smoking, and everything I do is outside on my table, and it is the messiest part of the entire house. But I was like, I went to go clean it, and then I was like, okay, but if I take everything off of it, then all I've done is put everything that's on the table somewhere else, and then I don't know what to do.
Better the devil you know, sort of thing.
Exactly, because I don't know what to do after that, because I like to clean. I like things to be clean. So often I'll
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, wait.
No, clean. No. Difference between messy and dirty, right?
I think you're thinking difference
Cluttered.
between clean and tidy, maybe?
You don't mind clutter,
I don't like.
but you don't want
filth,
that clutter
dirty.
to have dust on
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's not even about dust. It's like I don't want it to be unhealthy.
it. Okay.
Unhealthily.
And what would be unhealthy and what would be healthy?
Like if you're walking in the shower and going, oh, I feel dirtier after the shower.
Okay.
Gross.
Right.
Like if there is just like food staining everything and it stinks.
Yeah. So
Too
your
much.
gauge is like the mess has gotten too much when you can smell the mess.
100%.
Yeah, cool.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I do the really annoying thing where I will wipe around the mess.
That
You know what
is
I mean?
insane.
Yeah, because the idea of moving the mess is so overwhelming. And this happened recently, and I like,
It's like a police outline.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Because Dad was there and he said, I will help you if you're really struggling. And I started crying, and he's like, it's really not worth crying over spilt milk. But he, so I was like, but now that it's off the table, Dad, what am I doing now? And I cleaned the table underneath it. I said, well, this is the problem. And now it's just over there. And he was like, now you put it back. And I was like, well, how do I put it back? It's the same amount of stuff. I haven't done anything.
How do I
I've
put
just
it-
moved stuff and then moved it again. I can't. And he's like, you're not leaving it like this. And he's just got a clean table with nothing on it. And I was like, I don't even care about it. I don't need it anymore. And he's like, the fuck's it's just sitting in the corner now. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But in my mind, it does. It's better when it's messy and it makes me feel safe. And in fact, in my car, the thought of being in a clean car, that legitimately makes me uncomfortable. Like, I hate the feeling of it. I feel lonely. Like, it's really weird. It's the oddest
I love
feeling.
you, Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, my
You are my
friends.
favourite little friend.
Gatorade, Pepsi Max, Dare Ice Coffee. How
Yes.
you guys going?
I quit that, actually.
Oh, you've quit the Dare Ice
I've
Coffees.
quit the Dare Ice coffees.
Oh, la,
And I've lost
la.
30 kilos since I did it.
Holy
which says
shit!
a lot.
That says how much dare you were drinking.
Oh yeah, like 3 liters a day.
Oh,
Proper addiction. Like, like look up addiction in the DSM, and I was like, I am like weirdly addicted to this. Like this is
Yeah.
like drugs to me. Like I would get upset if I didn't. Like I was like, don't talk to me until I've had it. Like it was so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I went through withdrawals getting off it. I was cranky. It was the weirdest thing. But I was on it for like 10 years.
It's you know, it's not the most impressive one to bring up at the meeting.
Yeah, right? No, look, I hear you, Heroin Harry,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I have been drinking a lot of coffee.
We're drinking a lot of coffee, guys. So it'd be funny if like your addict stories are the same though.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
And I was sucking this guy off an alleyway just to get a Dare Ice Coffee.
But I
double
would,
espresso.
Chad, I would. You don't understand. I would have that in the fucking rider of every gig that I did. I'd be like,
Actually, yeah, Molly's I think brought you one out in Townsville when you
yeah, 100%.
And you wouldn't leave the car. And now I know why. It was because all your friends were in the car.
All my
They were
friends
little
were in
mates.
the car. That's right. But it's weird because I spend a lot of time in my car, and like I want to know the psychology of my own brain. But to answer this question
Yeah.
and solve this problem,
What do they do to
What do they
rectify?
do?
I feel like I saw ads for these the other day. Have you seen like the rooms you can book where you just like go and smash everything.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Those little smash room things.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like maybe as like a little compromise is you get a mess room. You get your room it's your mess room,
That's brilliant.
and you just get to be as messy as you want in the mess room. And then it's like, once a month you get someone to come through and tidy up the mess room a little bit. Not too much, so your friends are still there.
Well, exactly. You gotta have your friends.
But just so it doesn't get the smell about it. But then you get your little mess room.
I quite like that.
playroom.
Yeah, I don't
I
hate
quite
that.
like that. Yeah.
Grow
Well, I was thinking, and this
A
was
little
always
trough
my
in there and everything. Eat your bickies out of a fucking barrel. Roll around in the mud, little piggy.
I don't like the insinuation that messy people are pigs. I will say that, Pete.
All I'm hearing is oink, oink, oink. Oinky, oinky, oink.
Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Fuck. Oh, I reckon I like it. We're done it again.
Done it again.
All right, next one.
I like the second one here.
Go for it.
My right tit is significantly bigger than my left tit. Should I get it fixed? Now, presuming you mean right, not as in like correct. My
Wait.
correct tit is bigger than my...
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Their right tit is bigger than their left.
Yeah.
That's abnormal because
Is it?
your heart, your left boob is always slightly bigger than your right boob.
Is it because of that? Because your
Yeah.
heart's on that side?
Yeah.
Is the
So
heart
your left
is the
is-
heart in the boob? Is that what?
The heart is in the
I gotta
boob.
stop squeezing themselves.
Yeah, but generally your left boob is slightly bigger and it can be up to half the size.
Wow.
And I know this because I have to get my bras made specific. Like I have to get my bras tailored to me.
You got a guy.
I've got a guy.
You got a bra guy.
I've got a bra guy. And the bra guy, I was like, why is that side bigger? And I was like, oh my God, do I have a bigger boob than the other one? And she's like, every woman does, up to about half a size. But the right boob being bigger is interesting.
Really?
But
Yeah,
also
you're a
normal.
fucking freak. You're an absolute freak.
Pop yourself down to Ripley's, believe it or not, down in Gold Coast, mate. They got a podium there waiting for you.
There's a fucking wax figurine of like one big right-titted. It's the only woman in the world with one big right tit.
Yeah, usually the left one, so this one's a bit...
Pretty crazy stuff.
Would you
She's
get it
still in there.
Is this a thing with men? Do you have a bigger ball?
You got a
than the
lower
other one?
ball.
You do have a lower ball.
A lower ball?
Yeah, I have a lower ball.
Interesting.
I don't know which one it is, though. The right one?
Well, the left one's close to the heart. I'm trying to. Yeah, you don't think about it. I think I'm a right ball down kind of gal.
You're right ball down. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to check on the pod, but...
No, get it out.
No. You know what? Once in radio, I on air had my balls checked for testicular cancer.
Pretty rough way to find out on air.
I
You
know.
go,
I
oh,
was
fuck.
I was nervous about it because I was like...
Go to a song. I found something. Here's Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. Here's a question to the men.
Okay. I'll answer.
Assuming that
G'day.
she is...
I'll watch.
assuming that she's dating a man, and not a good assumption. I have a girlfriend. It's not an assumption to make. But, like assuming she dates men...
It'd be pretty funny if this was a bloke.
Yeah.
Just listening right now. It's like,
One big man titty.
if that is the case, mate, use both arms when you're bench pressing.
Actually, you know what? Use your favour your left.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Would you care? Like, do men... Because women are very, very, very insecure about what men will think of their bodies.
I honestly don't even think I'd notice.
I mean, if
Yeah.
it's significant...
I'm usually only looking at one at a time.
Yeah, well...
And my memory's bad. By the time I get to the next tit, I'll be like, fuck, those are the same. From what I remember about the other one, that was pretty identical.
Because this became a thing... You've heard of labiaplasty. Like,
That's
to
when your
me,
pussy's made out of plastic, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, sure thing.
It's just another
Barbie.
term for a fleshlight. Trying to sound smart.
No, that's
labiaplasty.
the...
Well, you get it.
Corrective surgery.
Because you go like in, out, one in, one out.
Yeah, or if you've got
all
like
sorts of
flaps
vibes.
that are...
Yeah.
This is such a weird... I'm actually quite prudish, and me just saying flaps
Yeah.
is...
Very much across it.
Yeah, I heard of them.
That's true. I do. Thank you.
What do you mean across
Yeah,
it?
across it.
Yeah, we've heard of
Very
it.
much
We know what
across
they're
it.
about.
Yeah, I've heard about it. No, I and the same goes for the labroplasty as well. I'm of the opinion that you know, if I've been invited to dinner, I'm not going to complain about what's on the menu.
Well,
I'm
fucking
just
oath.
happy to be invited.
Right?
You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I wouldn't. It wouldn't really.
I feel like if
To be honest,
if sausage is on the menu,
it'd
it's
probably be
probably
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, which one am I going to go on?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd be doing that in my head though. I probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah. No, I dare you to.
Yeah,
Next time you meet
get-
someone
Whoa!
like that.
Oh, that's heaps bigger than the other one. Knocking it on my head. Oh,
Does that like bend your spine or anything? Like,
no wonder your right arm's so strong.
From picking up
Yeah,
that boob.
just looks like an arm wrestler.
Do you know how boobs? But we don't often
That's
grab.
why you got that weird hunch all the time. That's so fascinating.
But like, so, but that because, and I think that that's the truth, right? Like, it took me a long time to learn that. I think that most men, honestly, you could just put a hot dog on the ground and have nobody watching and have it slightly warm, and they'd be like, "All right,
yeah,
I'll put it in there." Yeah.
like one of the when you cook a cocktail sausage and it splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
whore.
fuck, I would.
I have actually, mate.
Yeah, fucking hell.
That's one sexy
G'day,
cocktail.
Darling.
He sees those ones that split snacks. He goes, "No, I want that one."
And I want to be
alone
alone.
over there.
But I think if it's enough to make the person insecure, because the real question is what's beneath it. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to change yourself for anyone.
Yeah.
But if you feel that you need to, if it's making you that insecure, do some psychology first. And then if the psychologist is like, nah, that is fucked, then go get it fixed.
Yeah.
Do you
'Cause it's
also, sorry
Yeah,
to
yeah.
interrupt, do you think in their head, when they say get it fixed, is it making the left tit bigger or is it making the right tit
That's
smaller?
I reckon
a
it's-
very good question.
I reckon it's making the left hip bigger.
Yeah, because it's like you don't want to go.
Also, getting them a reduction, they fucking cut your nipple off. And it's so invasive because they have to cut it all the way down and along like that under the boob, and they just fucking rip a whole bunch of fucking fat and tissue.
Have you looked
out
into
of it.
this? Is this why you
Fucking
know that?
oath, yes. And then they close it back up, and then they have to re-sew your nipple on top.
Wow.
So I feel like to get
Sorry.
Here we go.
I just thought about the doctor has the same problem as you with the mess, where he's like, I've taken it off. I can't even think about putting it back. It makes me, he's just there crying, holding your nipple like, someone get me a dare iced coffee. I'm having a panic attack. I can't fucking think.
oh fuck, I put it in the wrong place.
Your dad's like, well, you've taken the nipple off. You're going to have to put it back on. You can't just leave the nipple
Can't
over
just
there.
put it here.
But to make it bigger, they just do a very small incision either under the armpit or just under the breast.
And pop a bit of stuff in
And
there.
I feel like
Yeah.
you could, like, because it's such a big decision to make the other one bigger, right? I feel like you should do a trial run. Get like a little like a little pump, like a little air pillow. You know, the little air pillows for the plane that you pump up,
Oh, yeah.
and just like try it out for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because then you can kind of get to know if you're like, okay, I feel like I'm on balance here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you can probably go get one. Do they just give you a little fake one if you want to try them out? Do they ever do that?
You know
From
what?
the surgeon.
Yeah, does he go, just try these out for a little bit? That's, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can get the pregnancy suit.
You can get a whoopee cushion.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
And then
No,
a
no,
bloke.
Don't hug me. Don't hug me.
Oh.
Don't hug me.
Yeah, no, man, I hooked up with this chick last night. As soon as I got to ditch, she farted. Every time. Every time she just farts.
Why are farts so funny?
It's the funniest thing in the world.
It
Tit
is.
farts are even funnier.
Whoopee cushion titty farts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a solution there. One, you're a freak. Go to Ripley's, believe it or not. That's fantastic. Or two,
Psychologist.
psychologist, and then whoopee cushion, then
Yes.
even them up.
We've got
I love the
clear
whoopee
steps
cushion
there.
idea. We've done it again. Okay, here we go. My sister is going to kick me out so she can live with her new boyfriend.
I feel like this is a common occurrence that, like, that's a normal housemate thing. Like, I've been turfed out of a house because they were going to, like, couple got together, so now it was time for me to move out so they could come in. That's pretty standard. I feel like this person's complaining.
Isn't it a realistic expectation? Oh, actually, I guess it assumes that the sister, it's her house. Because I was going to say, isn't it a realistic expectation that they leave to find their own place? Like, do you have to be displaced because they found love?
I feel like the added thing of this is that, and I feel like that it hasn't been said. It's just what my gut says.
Okay.
Which is that the sister, the one who's getting kicked out, probably relies a little bit on the money. Like as far as like can't live on their own because of money. And so them leaving requires them to then go and find.
So you're saying the person who wrote this problem down?
Poor cunt. Poor.
Yeah.
Poor. Loser. Pleb. Yeah.
Poor and single. Fucking hell.
This is
pathetic.
Getting called poor on a podcast.
Yeah. This is like sitting there having megarang, fucking paying fuck all rent, resting your megarang on your big right tit, sitting in your mess.
Eating everything straight out of the pot like a real lowbrow. Just going like, why are you going to kick me out? I bring fucking heaps to this household. Putting cigarettes out on the couch.
I feel like you're making this about me now.
Come on.
Fucking up our outdoor table.
No, but that's what it feels like to me, because I feel like the only way that I would live with my brothers is if I needed somebody reliable because I was too scared to live on my own or with strangers.
Yeah, I think like this, rather than looking at this as a problem, it's like a bit of an opportunity. Because also, I've lived with couples. It fucking sucks, dude. Like, it sucks living in a couple. The power dynamic's immediately off.
Yeah, 100%.
There's three in the room. They're already a team. You're kind of fucked. So, like, you don't want to live in that situation anyway. And do you really want to hear your sister getting fucked by a boyfriend?
I'm not the right person to ask, but Christ.
Look on Gumtree and find yourself a place.
Yeah, you've got
looking
this.
for couple.
Yeah,
thin walls preferred.
Can bring
will
own
not
cup.
pay.
Yeah, I reckon you got to.
I like the glass half full approach that you've got there.
Yeah.
Of this is an opportunity. This
Yeah.
is the universe
That
telling you
is
something.
nice answer.
Yeah, it is. Well, I feel like after all of the tit shaming and stuff that we were into before, I felt like it was nice to maybe just bring it up a little bit and be
Yeah, am I going
kind.
to get cancelled?
No, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
Actually,
We
most
already know
likely,
you've had Siggy's in your fucking production.
Yeah,
meetings, mate, you'll be
100%.
fine.
most likely to get cancelled, little white boy in the corner.
Hello.
You reckon Pete?
You'll never get me.
I don't know. He did brave a chopper gig.
Well, true.
Yeah.
True.
They're not going to cancel him, mate.
It's true.
Yeah, we've sorted that. We've done it again. I want to say this one because this was mentioned in the show, in our Brisbane show, but I just want to say it in the more public medium of the podcast. This problem in the bucket
I feel like I'm
was...
going to start saying it at the same
Yeah.
time. I guess we're going to say the same
Okay,
thing.
this problem said...
Renee from Woolies Paddington is the devil. Because if there's anyone that needs taking down a peg,
It's fucking Renee.
Renee
it's
from
Renee
Woolies and
specifically. She is way too big for her boots.
Oh, let me tell you, the amount of nemesis that I have is unfucking believable.
Paddington. Okay.
Really?
Oh, yeah, like I love a
Just
nemesis.
random members of the public.
Absolutely. There is a person who walks down the street. I
What
fucking
a
hate them.
fuckwit.
Absolutely
What an
fucking
absolute
hate them.
fuckwit.
Yeah,
What do they do?
They just look like a wanker.
Right.
They look like they hit women. And there's no way that you can tell that.
Does your brother live on your street?
No, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Why'd you leave
Renee
comedy?
from Woolies Paddington, not looking too bad now.
No, I don't know. He just gives me the ick, and
Okay.
I hate everything about him.
Have you got any, like, let's go through a couple of your top nemesis that you
Nemesis.
encounter.
Well,
You've got a
there's
guy that
some I
walks down
can't
the
tell
street.
you.
Okay.
Like, I have
It's
comedy
you.
nemesis.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
out of
Bishop will bleep out the
nowhere,
names,
Carl
where
Burnham.
I just
obviously.
go, where I just go, I don't even think you're that good.
Yeah.
And it's cruel. It's cruel. There's
Kevin
no
Fingreed.
reason.
Well, eh?
No, he's the best. No, but there are people that I just go, I don't get the hype. I don't think you're a nice person. And that's always my thing.
And I don't even like spelling bees.
Yeah, we're gonna do an effort just to make some kind of rivalry out of this.
I'm trying to start a beef.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't
Tupac
make
and
any
Biggie,
sense.
Steph and Montgomery. They're the big
Don't.
ones.
He's the best. No, it is weird. I love having a nemesis. I have a nemesis that is just a friend of mine.
Like you're
I'm really
You're
cranky.
hating people through people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I know of this girl. Like I've met her once.
Okay.
And she was so lovely, but it was the principle. It was the I don't know, the
Is
viciousness.
there a real world example that can be given, or is it too obvious?
A real world example.
As in, what was this story that you were like, "Fuck this bitch"?
They were having like
spilling tea.
They were having like a bubbling, like tension was building for a long time. And instead of talking to that girl, in an interview that she did, she was like, I did this alone, but she'd done it with the other girl.
Oh my god.
And the girl said, I just saw this interview came out and it says I wasn't in that thing that I was definitely in that thing for.
Yeah.
And she responded just by resending the interview, basically saying, yeah, I basically did this on my own.
Yeah, this is a good time to bring up that article about Shad saves the world.
You fucking right. I was trying to... My brain was working overtime because I knew one of us was going to say some shit.
Wait, I don't get it. Is there a beef here that I've missed out on?
Big tension between me and him. Huge.
Amazing.
No, we can't. If
like
the mics
Hamish
aren't
and
on, I won't even look at him.
Yeah, it's like Hamish and Andy famously hate each other.
And I'm Hamish. We all know I'm Hamish. Everyone's been saying
I'd say you are the Hamish.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Who's the Hamish and who's the Andy?
You're the Hamish, you're the Andy.
Oh, wow.
Then why do I have all of this fucking Lego? I'm a master.
Only because your vibe is Hamishy. But you're both Hamish, I think. You're both Hamish.
Oh,
But
I
go
feel like
to my head if I had to
feel like
choose.
I'm verse.
okay. Whichever one's the bottom, I'm that one. I'm Andy. I am Andy.
Yeah,
Living in a share house with Hamish and Andy.
but
You guys have such chemistry in the kitchen. I feel sorry.
But it is because you're the if you walked in a room you'd go, hey, first. That's what Hamish just feels like he's the first one to say the thing.
That's an interesting, right.
Yeah, I think it probably is, to be fair. If I was stepping back, you are the Hamish.
Yeah, right.
Because
Okay.
Andy's like almost the straight man.
And I'm the gay guy. I'm the gay guy. I'm the
Yeah,
gay guy.
the gay guy.
Is Hamish? Oh wait, no, sorry, I get it. I'm a fuckwit. Sorry.
No, sorry.
No, that's
did I
fine.
say Hamish?
It's all right, you've been out of the game for 2.5 years. It's fair enough, you missed a
It's
couple
been
of
a long
gags.
time. It's been a long time.
You have a nemesis at all in your day?
Well, I was just trying to think about this. I remember up in Cairns, there was a late... And it's so shit that I didn't like this lady, but I didn't like her because she was too nice.
Oh.
Like
yeah,
I used to
I
work...
get that though.
But I was just like, oh, fuck. Oh, shut up. Like, I was working for the radio station up there, and every week there would be like a pie day where we'd give away pies.
Fridays.
And I'd have to go to this. It rhymes, so it doesn't
Friday,
make sense.
Friday.
I like
It's good marketing.
But every time I'd go there, it was just this nice old lady that would always be like, no, you're right, darling, come through, you're right, come through, you're right, darling. And I'm like, I fucking know I can come through. And that really shit me.
No, I get
Like,
it.
I'd turn up and be like, I'm just coming
Yeah.
through, I'm coming through.
Those are the ones I like the most, where you hate someone even though they're like,
Completely
perfectly
irrational.
fine.
She's inviting me into the kitchen to grab all the pies.
Yeah.
And calling me darling
Yeah,
while she's
yeah.
doing it. And I'm like, you fucking mole.
You bitch. I get it.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know I can't come back there. I could fucking come. I'm stronger than you. I'll beat the shit out of you, girl. Get those pies if I fucking want to. What are you going to do? Stop me? I'm a mountain man.
Very
I'm a man of
Hamish.
girth. I'm a girthy
Very
man.
Hamish.
That was
It
very
was very
Hamish.
Good
Hamish.
Hamish, yeah.
Yeah, Hamish notorious for beating up old women in pie shops.
Oh,
Andy, he waits in the car. Keep
with
it
all
running.
the bottles around. Yeah.
I have like a kind of like a bit of a nemesis kind of thing with a coffee shop guy near my house who I originally loved, but then he just he got too intense and then he just wouldn't fucking shut up. So now I don't get a coffee there all the time.
Yeah.
But I walk the dog past his coffee shop every morning
Yeah.
just so he knows that just so
I
he knows
could
I'm
go.
not getting the coffee.
Yeah.
And
know
you
what
got
I
a
mean?
coffee in your hand from
Yeah,
somewhere
dude.
else?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I walk past him without a
nasty.
coffee, and I come back with a coffee just to show him that I am willing to walk to another
Further.
suburb
Yeah.
to get a coffee than to come and see you and your coffee.
And
Yeah.
just going, yum.
Oh, God, this coffee's so yum.
Oh my God, that's the best coffee
Oh.
I've had ever in my life by a massive margin.
But it is kind of irrational because he's just really nice. Like, at first I really liked him because he was just really crazy. He was always just like, and he was like chatting to himself the whole time. And then he was just like, he read something on my shirt and he was like, oh yeah, like fucking, he just named a band. He's like, yeah, like the Stacks. I was like, no. He was like, yeah, but they were a band. They were pretty cool. But, what's coffee? And he was like really crazy. I was like, oh, I love this guy.
Yes.
And then I looked up reviews for the coffee shop. And then like people's reviews
We're about
are, like,
the crazy guy.
about how much they fucking hate this crazy cunt.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Go on.
I was like, oh, I love this crazy guy. But then, and then we walked past and I caught him on a bad crazy. And I was like, oh no.
Hang on, go up. You know when it says like there'll be a word and it's how
Yeah.
many times those words are mentioned. So like barista 22 times.
Yep.
Passionate 11.
Yep.
But then there's
Rude.
rude 4, chat
Sarcastic.
3, sarcastic 3,
Mate.
and then mate 3.
And that's not mate in a nice way. It's
I
like
love that.
this one. This is actually more recent than the ones I used to read. Please read the negative reviews. Do not visit if you are feeling vulnerable or fragile.
Fuck.
I left.
How bad of an impression can you make in a person's day in 2 minutes of making them a coffee where they're like, if you are in an emotional or fragile state, do not get a cappuccino today.
my
You will be fucked.
I hope this guy reads this and goes,
It just
man,
keeps
I
going.
have an impact in the world.
There's still
You know what I mean? That's the positive to take away here.
There's
You've
still
changed
more.
somebody's day.
Flat white for dumb bitch.
Far right for right tit, massive right tit. do not visit.
Long black for big nose fuckhead.
This one just says schnoz. The schnoz.
love
So it goes, do not visit if you're feeling vulnerable or fragile. I left on the verge of tears after being served by a very rude man who is possibly dealing with his own issues. Would hate for someone to visit him when they're not feeling mentally robust.
Unlike these beans, robust flavour.
It
That
appears,
is fucked.
it appears the day you visit determines whether you get the friendly or rude version of this man. Coffee was good, but I'll never go back.
That's a measured
God.
response. To go, in fairness, incredible coffee, but wow, eh?
Oh man, it's like, it's awesome. There's another one here saying unbelievably rude service. The dismissive bloke practically yelled, "What do you want?" at me, and then dismissed me away to the whole street of other cafes.
How is this guy still? Is he like the boss?
He owns it. It's fucking nuts. He's definitely real ticky. Like, he's pretty crazy. Like, he's talking to himself as he's making the coffee and
In
shit.
fairness, wasn't the cafe a 4.7 on?
Yeah, the cafe is actually 4.7. So, like, he's also crushing it. I put a photo of him on the pod, but there he is there in the window just staring at his coffee that he served someone.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I love him. I'm obsessed. Like, I would go. I'm so all about that.
Pretty
I
sure
love
I've
a
seen that bloke
crazy.
in my dreams.
Dream snatcher. But to be fair, like, I really want to find out what that place is and just get the experience now.
Yeah, we'll go get a coffee. But I take no responsibility for what he says to you.
I love that. Oh, I do have another nemesis.
Messy bitch, can't keep a house in order. Piccolo.
As if I'd get a piccolo.
That's the offensive thing.
Yes. I do have another nemesis, and it's so bad. Like, I try to be a really agreeable, polite, friendly person, but I said to someone, I can't even be near her. She's driving me fucking mental, and she got sacked. And I felt so bad because of me, and I didn't know that's what had happened. But afterwards, because I was feeling quite fragile. Because I know. Well, to be fair,
You don't get that kind of service with a Dare Ice coffee, I'll tell you that much.
that's right. I just go into a servo and not even look at them. But it was a wardrobe person, and she was like, "Oh, go try that. Go put this on." I went, "Oh, I don't actually like this." But she says, "Oh, trust me. I'm telling you right now, you need it because it's more flattering than whatever you're thinking. You're just going to look huge." And I was like, okay, like, and just kept
hell.
on making reference to how fat I was. And it was just like, I'm getting dressed up for a very important televised event.
Yeah.
And if you're talking to me about, oh, no, really, I've bought you 2 pairs of sucky-in pants, wear both of them. Like, it's an awful feeling. And so I just said to someone, and I didn't even know, I just thought they were my mate. And then when we went to go and do the actual thing, there was a different person. And I went, oh, what happened to such and such? And they were like...
Open up a coffee shop in Paddington.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they were like, well, you know, we think that you should not have to deal with her. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to get her sacked. But like, also, I was like... But the thing is as well, she loved me. Like, she thought we had a great relationship. It's an awful feeling when that happens, right? Because I'm friendly and I'm seething inside, but she's thinking, my God, people are never usually this friendly to me because everyone wants to fucking knock your lights out. Like, and then I feel bad because I go, well, maybe she's just socially inept. Are you allowed to hate someone for being socially inept?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I don't think you're allowed to hate anyone for anything.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Like, what's her name? Fucking Renee.
Renee, who works at Woolworths and is the fucking devil.
The devil, Renee! I really hope Renee listens. You know?
Oh, well, I think it's about time we wrap this bad boy up.
Feels appropriate.
Yeah, I think that's a good time to finish with all our nemesis getting all out there.
Yeah.
But, Steph, look, we've said you're only just returning back to the stand-up game. We're doing a gig with you tonight.
Yes.
But I guess if people want to keep up to date with you, just jump on the socials.
Read my book, you know?
You got to read the book.
Yeah, I'm not really on
Author.
socials these days.
Author Steph Tisdell.
Yes, I've written a book and a fiction.
We're going to need to get a guest in here that's done less than us. I can't, my
It is
self-esteem,
fucked,
I can't handle everyone coming
Yeah.
in here with all this shit going on.
I know, it's bullshit. Like, we've even got Brett Blake coming in and he's made a bloody TV show and stuff. And
I
like,
can't
we need
fucking
to
stand these cunts.
We've got to get an open micer in or something.
But yeah, be sure to follow Steph Tisdell. But also, if you live in Brisbane, a couple of things. We got our last live show of the year, December 14th.
Yes.
But more importantly, if you live in Brisbane, it'll be this Thursday as this episode comes out. Good Chat Comedy Club, we're doing a fundraiser for an incredible comedian up north in Townsville, in DC, who's just gotten a breast cancer diagnosis. The lineup is fucking crazy. So if you'd like to come along, we would love to have you there. And all the money goes to her. If you can't come, there's a donation link on the ticket link. So
We're
go to
both
Good
on.
Chat Comedy Club. And
You want to come and see us do some stand-up?
Stand Up for NDC is the name of the show. So if
Go
you're
and
around
check it
Brisbane,
out.
please come and see it. We'd love to see you there.
Another thing, and it'll probably already have been plugged at the beginning of the pod, and I haven't run this by Pete, but if you want to get some free tickets to any of our Shad and Pete Save the World live shows, like the podcast, give it a 5-star rating and a review, send us a screenshot, and we're going to give someone some free tickets to a show.
And
Get the
in
algorithm
that
up,
DM, say Pete is the Hamish, and you can get yourself some free tickets to the show. So we'd love to see you there. Steph, thank you so much for coming
thank
in.
you,
Really
fellas.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you
What a
so
fun
much.
time. We'll be back for another great episode next week
Hell yeah.
with Brett Blake. Oh my God, wow. See you later, bye. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.